My traditional family business has been Amritsar Transport Company, which was my grandfather started. His name was Bijli Pahalwan.
Oh, wow.
And a lot of people thought that he was a wrestler, but he wasn't. He used to promote wrestling. And so that's how my father started. He started the trucking company. My father took it over. And I was supposed to, like a Punjabi boy, studied in modern school, Barakhamba, then Hindu, where you went, to just take over the trucking company. So basically, my father was into arbitration. He used to settle a lot of family disputes and all that. And in that one arbitration, he picked up Priya Cinema, which is a cinema in Vasant Vihar. And I couldn't make head or tails of the trucking company. So when I finished Hindu in 88, and I joined the trucking company for 2 years, and I made a disaster of it. I just wasn't very comfortable. So I just spoke to my father and I said, can I do something to the cinema? Because cinema was a little decrepit. It was showing B. You would have first release movies and you had second release movies. So second release movies used to get played there. So that's how my business journey started. So 90, I started, renovating the cinema.
Yeah.
There were three influences in my life. One was Sterling Cinema in Bombay, which was run by the Tatas, can you believe it? They had one cinema which was brilliant. It had the only Dolby. And then there was a cinema called Chanakya in Delhi,
Of course.
and which used to play only English movies. So English movies used to be, only 3 cinemas used to play. And because people used to think movies come very late to India. The reason they used to come late is because the houses, they used to call cinema houses at that time, were only very few. So therefore, if a Pretty Woman did well, it ran for 30 weeks. Wow. So they used to become a backlog. So that's a little opportunity I found where maybe if I play Hollywood movies in that demographic, maybe, I'll get the movies. Plus, there was a big issue of, without boring you guys, Hindi movies used to be in these celluloid canisters, and they used to be 50,000 rupees a print. And now it's not even like 1,000 rupees because it's all digitized. So it was very difficult to get prints at that time. So I started with Hollywood movies. For 2 years, I ran Priya, and with the grace of God, it did well. And
it was always buzzing. Just to be clear, Ajay, it was always buzzing.
I thought you were a studious kid who never went.
I'm being found out here, to be clear.
So it did well, but I had a personal tragedy, which was the biggest tragedy so far of my life. My dad passed away when I was only 25 years old.
Sorry.
And I just started the cinema business. And then I had to go back to the trucking business. So for 92 to 94, I was running the trucking company, whatever little I understood. And then I used to go back. And my wife and I got married at the age of 23 in 1990. So I used to go and sell tickets and put posters up. And I used to really enjoy that. So that was my highlight of my day to do that. But 94, we had another very bad fire in our trucking company. And we lost a lot of money.
Oh.
And that really discouraged me. And my mom, God bless her, she's still with me. She's 88. She still lives in the same house as me. And she said that when you go to the cinema, your face lights up. But when you go to the trucking companies, the entire world, weight of the world on your shoulders. So just forget about this. And I had some cousins in Amritsar who owned about 5% of the stake. I told them, okay, you run it. I'll strategically give you whatever direction I can. But I just want to plunge straight away into the cinema business. And that's where I, was fortunate enough. I found this opportunity to create multiplexes. And there were no malls, there were no shopping centers. The only way you could build multiplexes was by picking up cinemas which are not doing well, where the owners were just not interested, carve them up into 2 plexes, 3 plexes, 4 plexes. And then that's how the journey started in 97. I opened the first multiplex. And since then, I've just been, growing organically, inorganically. Private equity, that's what I was telling you about earlier, played a huge role because it's a very capital-intensive business. Renuka Ramnath was the first one who, cut the check. Then Warburg Pincus, JP Morgan, ICICI, and it's another avatar through multiples, and listed the company in 2006, and then just been inorganically growing. Then, of course, the body blow came. When the punch in the gut when COVID came, because everything was going well, and that's where I realized that putting all your eggs in one basket sometimes it can be an out of shape scrambled egg as well, and not necessarily a good. So that was, I think, pre-COVID, post-COVID changed me dramatically.
Hi, I'm Nikhil Kamath. I'd love to know what you thought of the episode. Comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.